G'day everybody, welcome back to our playthrough of Everspace 2, and we are on episode 50. Goodness me, it has been quite a long playthrough, hasn't it? Alright, now the previous episode we actually managed to push back against Blakemore and his elite squadron. It was a very difficult attack to repel, actually. We were at level, but even then it was extremely tough. In fact, we had to redo the mission quite a few times before actually pulling out a win. So but we pulled out all the stops technically, so we had, like, you know, all of our sticky turrets and all that sort of stuff going as well, and yeah, in the end we got there. After our, time trying to defend the base, we sort of rallied the troops. A very nice speech by Adam Rosalind towards the end there. But also, we sort of decided that the next course of action really is trying to, I guess, unite the entire population, well, the majority of the population of the DMZ. And so we've got various people to try and speak to try and make that happen, so that we can essentially stand up against Blakemore. And I think, most people would stand to benefit from there not being a war against the Okar once more. So that's the goal. And yeah, we're back here at Nephthys Plains. It's been a very long time since we've been to Nephthys Plains, and we're here to have a chat with, I forget his first name, but I think it's Commander Shaw or something like that. Anyway, we're here to sort of convince him to try and lead some of the GNB miners to maybe rebel or mutiny against Blakemore. So we'll see what he says about that. There's some resources that we can apparently gather over there. Aethium crystals, that's right, probably not really worthwhile. Let's dock here and let's see what happens. We are under level for this mission, so I'm hoping that we don't really need to fight anyone. Who knows?
Ah, Mr. Roslin. How nice to have you visit us again. I believe this is more than a social call.
You'd be right about that. I need to have a word with you about your boss.
Oscar Blakemore? He has long forgotten that our outpost exists at all. Supplies haven't reached us in eons.
He has been preoccupied with other things, causing quite a bit of trouble with the Okar. Let me fill you in.
No need. We may be cut off from the center of affairs, but we're not completely blind to the events unfolding. I have been picking up bits and pieces from GNB internal communications, and have registered the rising tensions with the Okar. There's quite a degree of nervousness among my colleagues about this. There was also a recent raid on Vesna. I can put two and two together myself. Blakemore is undoubtedly the root of all this trouble. He's the worst thing to have happened to this company. And you are somehow involved.
Yes, I was part of that raid. We failed. Now Blakemore has a fleet commissioner hostage.
This is indeed serious. I'm waiting, Mr. Roslin, for you to get to the point.
I think you might be the voice of reason in all this. You could talk some sense to the miners on Vesna and bring them around.
That would be mutiny. However, Blakemore does need to be removed from his post and Okar assets left intact. There is a moment in every man's life where purpose becomes clear, and you have brought mine to my door. I shan't take much time to reflect on your proposal because it is clearly the right thing to do. What do you need of me?
See, that's what I like about you, Shaw. You're straight up old school. I believe you're the most decent guy in GNB and will want to see things righted. Get together whatever fighting force you can muster and meet me above Vesna. If possible, use those GNB internal comms to tell the miners to down tools and stay out of the fray.
You are a true man of action, Mr. Roslin. I must say, I have developed a real admiration for you.
The admiration is mutual.
Alright, cool. So we didn't even have to lift a finger to convince him there, so it seems like he's in with the plan. I have been talking about perhaps upgrading to a different ship. and there is actually a ship dealer here. Maybe before we look at that, actually, let's take a look at the shop. Might get rid of a few bits and pieces here that we don't need. Yeah, actually we can sell the small arms. That will actually fetch quite a bit of money. And we've got some more sticky turrets just as well to replace the old ones that we used the previous episode. Alright, so looking good. Let's check out the ship dealer. Well, this looks pretty darn cool, doesn't it? Although this is kind of what we have currently, right? So our ship is essentially an interceptor. I would like to go in with a scout, maybe. Striker. I think we've played around with this type of ship before as well. Typhoon, Sentinel, yeah. I think we're gonna go with the scout, guys. So this is gonna give us like even less armor and shields. Actually, this has better hull than what we've currently got. I don't know why, but yeah, this one would definitely have better handling, that's for sure, considering how big the ship is. And better speed as well, which is nice. The ult is a Shadow Strike. Renders the ship invisible to enemies and gradually increases weapon damage up to 300%. Resets 1 second after a shot was fired. Firing weapons will also draw attention and let enemies briefly target the ship. Okay. So this is kind of like a... almost like a stealth/sniping ability, right? Because we're basically invisible until the first shot. And we have like 300% additional damage, kind of like a crit, which is not bad. That looks pretty cool as well. But yeah, let's go with the scout here. Plus, this is probably the first superior ship that we can actually get our hands on. I don't know if ships go up to legendary or not, like equipment does, but my assumption at this point is no. We should be able to buy this outright, actually, so let's go into the purchase options. Yeah, I think this is what we will do. We've got to think about our storage and our equipment as well from here, so... plus, we should be able to play around with how the ship looks. I don't know if I want to do that immediately. Maybe we can sort of hold off until we get back to base. But let's take a look at the hangar. Sorry, not the hangar. The inventory, that's it. Alright, okay. So we've had to forego one additional primary weapon, and one additional secondary weapon as well. Tricky. I'm not sure what we should be carrying. Maybe the rockets are better than having the cruise missile, to be honest, but I will keep the cruise missile here just in case we do feel like switching it up. I should have used one of our cruise missiles before, actually, I just realized. This has decent range compared to both of these weapons. I don't know. It's been going really good for us so far, but I think it's probably under level for us right now. It's level 20, so maybe we just need to carry this home with us and, you know, store it. I don't know if there's a way to level up stuff. I think there might be. I haven't really just checked into that. But anyway, let's leave and let's figure out what we need to do next.
Well, that was a lot easier than I anticipated. Ben, how are things at base?
All clear. Preparations underway.
Good to hear. I have Shaw on our side. Heading to see Kato now.
Alright, so time to go see the Kato clan, and you know what, I was thinking about buying ships when we arrived at, I forget the name of the place, it's some...
Hey Adam, I've got fantastic news!
Ice cream related, or is the Coalition going to help?
The second thing, not only that, they're even going to send our flagship, a drone carrier.
Wow, Alec, you really are a legend.
Wasn't that a given?
All the pieces are nearly in place. Get ready to rendezvous above Vesna. I still got a call to make.
You got it, buddy!
Okay, got interrupted there, but the place that I am referring to is... Ah, that's it. Prescott Starbase. Yeah, I suppose we should just jump there and make our way the old-fashioned way instead of using the spatial bypass. Actually, I can't even remember if we do have a spatial bypass in Union. Maybe not. Just taking a look here. Rips in space. Yeah, it doesn't exactly tell us where to place down a spatial bypass, does it? So I'm not entirely sure where to go to do that quest. Okay, we've got Redeemers in this area. I'm actually a little bit surprised. So, let's make our way. Sorry guys, just taking a look at the ship. Apparently we do have another slot for a device, so might not be a bad thing to make use of that. I reckon we'll do the EMP generator. Might as well. Corrosion injector, it has been decent, but I reckon the EMP generator is going to be a lot better. In fact, I'm gonna put that into the first slot. And yeah, when we do get into fights, let's make sure we use those. We'll try to ignore all these guys. I mean, I could get into all of these fights and just try and bring our level up a little bit. Alright, we're at Ceto Transit. It feels like ages since we've been here. Yeah, just looking around and making sure that there's no requirement for us to place a spatial bypass somewhere. Doesn't look like it. Anyway, let's jump. Get to Prescott Starbase. Now, one thing that we haven't really done in a while is to actually check on the codexes, guys. So I might actually take a quick look at the codexes now. There's probably a few updates here. There you go. So one on Ghost. A fleet defector and a lowlife wanted for fraud. Known as a compulsive gambler and arrogant personality, he has become a formidable fugitive due to his superior fighter training skills. Okay, cool. Anyone else who is new? I don't think so. Alright, well, let's continue on to the world. So yeah, we spent a little bit of time in Kion, not very long, because the star there is going supernova. But let's have a read of the entry. So the Kion system is often referred to as the graveyard of the DMZ. Without providing any valuable resource fields or inhabitable planetoids, the system hasn't been desirable even for scavengers. Frigid shards of ice and rock moving through the system discourage settlements of any kind. Even the frozen water itself is dense with undesirable silicates and metals, requiring strenuous processing for consumption. Neither the colonials nor Okar could use the system tactically for war. Simply put, there are no incentives to stay in the Kion system unless you ever want to be found. Unless you never want to be found. There you go. Litho Starport. I mean, we've been here a few times, haven't we? A heavily modified distribution center in orbit over the planet Ross. Litho Starport's long history of operations include its original function as a mining platform, a dark conversion referred to as Fort Carnage, alongside the establishment of the Coalition, and now reformed into a defensible commerce exchange port with a much brighter future. And yeah, we've got all these different ship types and weapons. Let's see here. Let's take a look at interstellar travel. So interstellar travel allows large distances to be covered either instantly or in very short times. There are 3 known forms of interstellar travel: wormholes, hyperdrives, and jump gates. While wormholes are naturally occurring, they are usually too unstable and unpredictable for safe transit. Jump gates mimic the wormhole phenomenon by connecting 2 points in space and time under more controlled conditions. Although they are expensive to install and costly to use, colonial mining companies have heavily invested in an extensive jump gate infrastructure to broaden their reach. Hyperdrives are based on antimatter reactor technology and consume valuable resources to operate, thus allowing a degree of ship autonomy, a certain advantage for military purposes. Let's take a look at the Eterna. Eterna is the galaxy-wide cloud data database serving colonial interests. All fleet and military AIs and android personnel are linked to Eterna. I think we've heard of Eterna a few times, right? Related to Hive. But anyway, which can transmit almost instantaneously. While linking with the system has many advantages, it is considered highly intrusive and capable of exposing non-sanctioned activities. For this reason, it is shunned by independent operators and freelancers alike. And lastly, we've got an entry on the Okar homeworld. The Okar homeworlds are a collection of 9 inhabited desert planets on the outer edges of the Beltograde cluster. The colonial diplomatic mission which arrived there in the mid-31st century are the only humans known to have visited, and from the bulk of knowledge on their location, culture, and appearance, the planets are sacred to the Okar and are shielded from long-range sensors. The Okar are secretive about their customs and generally suspicious of all other species, although some interesting facts have been ascertained. Okar society is organized in a strict hierarchical structure, in which roles, whether servant, warrior, or cleric, are established by birth. The exact origin of the species are still unknown, and there is growing debate as to whether the Okar might be derived from a superior species beyond their domain. Seemingly incongruous writing and beliefs structures support this hypothesis. The Okar homeworlds are powered and sustained by a mysterious energy source referred to as Viridian energy. While some experiments have been conducted on this energy source, no colonial research has been able to stabilize the Viridium element to date. Further research into the field of study, however, has been prohibited by a stipulation in the peace treaty which was insisted upon the Okar. Alright, cool, there you go. Well, that was a lot of reading, wasn't it? Sorry guys, hopefully some of you skipped ahead if you were not interested, but yeah, I think we've done enough reading for a few more episodes, I reckon. Alright, so Prescott Starbase, here we go. It's been a while since we've dealt with the Catos, particularly since the wedding that we helped arrange. Was it an arrangement thing? Maybe not, but they did get married. That Clockwork and that other character. Already forgot his name since I don't like him.
Might need to pull some extra leverage with Cato. He'll need to see his own advantage in all of this.
I doubt you would be able to bargain with such a gangster any other way.
I'll appeal to his better senses.
Well, the head of the Cato clan, he's actually a pretty reasonable person, if you ask me. So, it's his, it's not his son, his, nephew, I guess, is the biggest problem. So yeah, here it is actually, guys. So the spatial bypass can be constructed right here.
All right. Union is now connected with my steadily growing network of spatial bypass locations.
I would still rather the tried and tested means of trusted jump gate travel.
A very conservative viewpoint, Hive. Nothing changes without risk.
Alright, let's dock here.
Hi, Marianne. I'd like a word with Mr. Cato on an urgent matter.
You have been expected. Please proceed to the penthouse suite.
Ah, Adam! Say, have you ever tried Gilbert Guppies? They are delicious.
No. I can't say that I have. Actually, I've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Oh yeah? And who would that be?
Oscar Blakemore.
Uh-huh. What about him?
Would I be correct in presuming that opening up a new conflict with the Okar would be bad for your business?
That would be an understatement. But why present hypotheticals?
It would be the most likely outcome if Blakemore carries out his plans.
I always knew that guy was gonna cause big problems, but why would he go provoking any imbalance of the delicate equilibrium in our beloved DMZ?
He wants to claim the region as his own personal fiefdom. He has plans to make it an autonomous entity, under his direction.
Now that really pisses me off. You should know there's only one boss in these parts, and that's me. I know how guys like this operate. I've met enough opportunists in my time. If you give them a finger, they'll take your whole goddamn arm, and keep taking. Listen, I've no reason to distrust you, Adam. You've grown on me. But this sounds like it's even out of my league. I ain't in the position to take on something the scale of G&B.
I've put together an alliance, Cato. G&B needs a change in leadership, and it needs a push to do so. I believe that if you join us, that will give us the strategic and tactical edge we need. We need firepower. We need more fighters.
Wow. And to think the first time you wandered into my penthouse, you were just a nobody with an attitude. I'll tell you what. Let me do my due diligence. I'll ask around about the state of things. And I'll get back to you as soon as I've made a decision.
Don't take long, Cato. If you're not part of this, your name might not be worth much in the future. This is an opportunity. Choose your sides wisely.
Oh, I get you, Adam. I have to say, I'm impressed. And a little unnerved by your methods of persuasion.
Okay, when you continue with this mission, your freedom to explore will be limited until you complete the storyline. We highly recommend that you create a manual save game and prepare well before heading to Vesna Mining Colony. Cool. Nice of the game to give that warning to us, because we're definitely under level, so we're probably going to you know, prepare a little bit more. So I think from here
Madam, I am trying my best to not take personal offense that you have not yet approached me to join your alliance.
Pango, you already know about everything, I presume?
I know more than I am comfortable with. I cannot sit idly by.
Huh. I wasn't so sure where you'd stand on the matter.
It is my fault for not being clearer about my position. A resumption of warfare with the Okar would not be in my or anybody's interest.
This doesn't necessarily involve the Bovis.
I am first and foremost a free citizen of the Beltogrades, and express my solidarity as such. I might be of technical assistance to your coming engagement.
I bet anything you could contribute, Pango, will prove invaluable.
Expect to hear from me. I will be in the background, plunging for intel, pulling strings.
Okay, everybody. Let's get this show started. Gather in orbit above Vesna Mining Colony. Once we've arrived, there's no turning back.
Let's do this thing!
The Coalition is right behind you.
We shall proceed immediately.
See you there.
The righteous moment of judgment has arrived.
Yeah!
Okay. This definitely has like final mission vibes, doesn't it? So as I said before, I think at this point it's maybe wise for us to prepare a little bit more. So speaking of preparing, let's actually go to Kyone, or perhaps maybe even Drake. Drake actually might be a better location here, because there's still 3 undiscovered sites there, or 4 actually. I know there's a 5th one here, but I'm not really interested in trying to complete that mission, so we'll ignore that one for now. My only thing is I just want to get us up to maybe level 26, maybe even 27. Let's just have a look here. 26. Yeah, okay. And just looking at the map as well, guys, look, I know I said this smells like, you know, final mission type storyline, but I don't think it's going to be the final mission. We still have one more system to explore, Atheon. I'm not sure if Atheon is also a star that's going supernova. I can see a lot of planets here that look like they're burned to a crisp. But yeah, I think the story is going to continue on to this system before we get a resolution. But anyway, let's take the spatial bypass and let's go to Drake and let's explore, see if we can get our level up a little bit more. And then, only then, we will continue on to a Vesna Mining Colony. Now, with the chat with Kato though, there's no confirmation actually, and he was probably one of the only people that didn't really say that they were headed to Vesna. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure of him.
Could we please return to using jump gates?
Jump gates? Where we're going, we don't need jump gates.
Nice reference. Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, because he's a shady sort of character, potentially there's a chance that he might betray us. It could happen. These guys are actually pretty tough, aren't they?
I see him. Let's try this again.
Okay. Alright, time to jump. Just grab that. Alright, so where are we headed? I think perhaps maybe we can start here, near Letho Starport. I have no idea what's there, so let's find out. The only trouble with visiting a lot of undiscovered sites is that you don't always fight enemies in these locations, and therefore you're not guaranteed to be able to raise your level. I don't think completing location challenges alone would actually give you experience points, although we could get mainframe components out of those, so it's still kind of worth doing. Okay, so it's, I guess, the moon of this planet. Okay, you know what? I feel like I'm a little bit too used to using the flak cannon that we had before, you know, the legendary one. And, yeah, just gotten a little bit lazy and a little bit sloppy with my targeting. Since, that thing does so much splash damage. It's ridiculous. Anyway, let's look around the area. There's apparently anemones that we need to get rid of, and that's really the objective of this location. 18 of them. Whether or not we'll be able to find all is a good question. Oh god, alright. don't know how long we can stay undetected for, but... Okay, that was a bit of an ordeal. Alright. Let's check out our rewards. Great. We've got a energy sphere socket. Must be a dispenser somewhere. I wonder if that's going to stop powering all of this and therefore let us go in to check the shipwreck, or if this is just something that we have to risk taking a little bit of damage on. Okay. Yeah, it's not actually too bad. There we go. Whether or not it's worthwhile, questionable. Yeah, let's take that. Alright, anemones. I have no idea where they are. But if we look around, hopefully we'll find them sometime soon. I'm guessing they'll probably be tucked away sort of within the asteroids. They generally need a surface to attach to, right? So I'm not used to how nimble these ships are, actually. These little scout types. Okay, so that's one group. Let's just make sure that we haven't missed any. And I suppose we just need to work our way to the next group. Okay, so seems like most of them we should be able to identify from afar in terms of where they might be gathered. I'm thinking maybe somewhere here where we've got these glowing crystals, potentially. And there we go. Mainframe component in hand. And another. Nice. That was quick. I can't remember what I said in the previous episode in terms of what we're going to try and sell. I think it's mostly going to be the rare stuff. We'll try and maybe dismantle some of the green items. And yeah, I think we're also going to be dismantling a lot of the superior items as well, because that should give us some of the components that we need for crafting and stuff like that. Now, in terms of the crafting, guys, I think maybe as we are getting to the late game, might not be a bad idea to start looking into that and to actually sort of prepare a little bit better for, I guess, the final system, if that makes sense. I know I haven't really spent a whole bunch of time with the crafting at all, so yeah, it'll probably be a little bit of learning to come when we actually eventually do it. Okay, good stuff. Now, we do have the secure container over there. Not sure how we're going to find a energy sphere to try and open it up. I don't suppose there's any other kind of man-made structures around this place which might offer up a dispenser. There's a bit of wreckage over here. I'm just going to see if we can take a maybe a bird's eye view of the area and see if there's nothing that we've missed. I mean, there's a whole bunch of asteroids everywhere. Question is whether or not we can actually reach those places and whether or not there'll actually be anything there to explore and look at. I think I'm probably going to get moving, guys, instead of worrying about opening that container. It's not guaranteed that we will find something worthwhile anyway, so I'm probably a little bit more keen on moving on. And when we get to the next place, hopefully there'll be a few enemies that we can try and defeat. Yeah, I think we'll go here. Yeah, who knows, maybe we might pick up a few side quests while we're at it. Haven't really done too many side quests recently in the last several episodes. Alpha Draco Claim. There's another planet over there which looks like it could be a volcanic type, possibly. Okay, well, these rocks also look like they're sort of heated up. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to cause damage to the ship or anything like that if we get too close. There's some magma over there, so I assume heat is going to be an issue. We got minefields, clear, racetrack, mines. So this is a racetrack apparently. There we go, level 26. Very nice. I mean, I'll keep sort of doing some of the undiscovered locations in Drake at the very least, before we sort of continue on to Vesna. Okay, so using Shadow Strike, if I remember correctly when I read the entry on Shadow Strike, it says that you could get up to 300% more damage, but like you have to wait, I think, for it. So I'm not entirely sure how that works exactly, because I couldn't really see anything on the HUD that shows us how much damage we're accumulating, you know, like if possible I would like to actually charge it up so that we can do the most damage.
Another to Stardust.
Okay, we have the Zurilia guys.
Hey there, feel free to shoot at something.
Oh, nice. Okay, got lucky there. We have Zurilia, but then I think there's also Retaliators here as well, so with any luck they might actually fight each other. Alright, very good.
Thanks for having me, Adam. Toodles!
All right. So let's get back to this. So yeah, we're sort of in the middle of destroying this station technically. Let's loot all the things. Alright, so I see cables going through here. I'm not entirely sure where else it comes back out though. There must be other buttons around. Oh god, alright. Alright, and yeah, it's just a matter of opening that secure container, but I'm not sure how we actually do that. Yeah, okay, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, guys, to try and open that container. Is it on this side, maybe? Nope. Alright, well, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I think it might be worthwhile just continuing on with the minefield issue. And, yeah, we can hopefully get some more loot elsewhere, have a few more fights. Okay, good. Oh god, alright. Not bad. A container here. Got a gas dispenser.
No enemy in sight.
Okay, these guys really hit hard, don't they? Ooh, alright. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried as to how paper thin our ship is now, so just trying to not get into very, very complex engagements, making sure that we've still got an exit plan.
I'll be first to shoot it down. Well executed.
Okay, one more minefield, apparently. But then there's all that stuff at the station that we engaged before, with the gas dispenser and everything. And then there's this opening, which I'm not entirely sure where it leads to. Wow, these guys just come out of nowhere.
Still nothing. I'll be the first to shoot him down.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think our ult also recovers quite quickly, considering what it does, which is quite nice. Okay, let's re-engage. Level 27s. That's probably why these guys are so tough to deal with. My goodness. Alright, let's pick up some orbs, shall we? There we go. Plenty of loot around, which I've sort of been ignoring. Should gather up a few of them at least. Alright, so now that the two vents are destroyed, I'm not really sure what is accessible to us. There should be something if we go through here, right? Like, again, I have no idea what this is going to lead to. An energy sphere socket, apparently. Okay, that was close. Good. So, any sphere dispensers around here? Okay, dispenser, nice. Let's grab that. Take that back. 36 seconds, not bad. Okay, good. Plenty of resources. And I think this could be a way out. Maybe. Okay, let's just get rid of a few things here. Okay, that looks good. Okay, good stuff. Good thing there are no enemies waiting for us out here as well, so I'm kind of tired of dealing with these Zerilia guys. They're all very, very high level, well, compared to us, that is. And they're very difficult to actually get through. But anyway, I think this is probably a good place for a bit of a break, guys. We'll probably come back, and I think first thing we'll do is we'll actually go back in, because I'm not convinced that we've actually looted everything there. So we'll see if we can explore a little bit more. There is maybe just one more mine sitting around somewhere that we have to deal with. We'll complete that in the next episode as well. Alright guys, as usual, leave a like, a dislike, or a comment or two down below. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.